This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 5. The earth is also the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rachakodas Bakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, person in truthful faith and sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, which appear like the other nations, but subscribe to the truth to you. I say shalom. It's the brother Yahweh Sap out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And basically, I came across this article. I can't recall where, but made me think of some scriptures. So, Lord willingly, it's edifying. And the article is by Jacqueline Turner. It's dated May 10th, 2021, 9 a.m. So that's like Monday. Today is Thursday. It says bananas are endangered. Can genetically modified fruit help? It says a banana plantation close to Piura in northwestern Peru in 2015. It says the banana as we know it is in trouble. Emerging reports suggest the fruit's deadliest disease has been spotted in Peru and Venezuela, two of the world's largest exporters of bananas. Following Colombia's confirmed infections in 2019, it appears that the disease is spreading through Latin America, and biosecurity measures meant to contain the pathogen have been unsuccessful. Much in the way that the world was caught off guard by the CV-19 pandemic, the banana industry is ill prepared for what is poised to be a catastrophic wipeout of commercial bananas. It says hope rests heavily on a newly developed genetically modified banana variety which promises to save our banana from commercial extinction, but it may not be that simple. Tropical race 4 or TR4, the fungal strain that causes Fusarema wilt, has been spreading across the world for the past few decades. For experts who care passionately about bananas and people whose livelihood depends on them, watching disease reports creep across the globe has been like watching a train filled with bananas hurtling toward unavoidable wreckage. Framed by agonizing frame, despite experts sounding the alarm for years, minimal international biosecurity efforts have meant that the disease has leapfrogged across the globe, beginning in Taiwan, then moving across Asia and into Africa. For decades, plant breeders have been trying to develop a banana that would please consumers and be immune to TR4. They tested wild bananas and attempted to crossbreed an edible wild species with edible domestic seedless varieties to try to transfer traits of immunity, but most accounts these methods have been largely unsuccessful. And I just want to stop right there where it says seedless varieties with edible domestic seedless with the inedible wild species. And it's a guy on YouTube. I think his channel is Money Motivated Stars. And I can't say for sure if this guy is a two-third or what, because I've never really watched his content. I know about him because I saw one video, and although, like I said, it's safe to assume he probably is two-thirds. I mean, his channel name is Money Motivated Stars. The reason why I'm aware of him because he did do a video on seedless fruit and how GMOs are not good for you, yada yada yada, trying to inform the public. And the thing is, he did an experiment. He took, GMO fruits with actual real fruits. And, basically like he had a grape that was GMO and a real grape, a banana that was GMO and a real banana. And banana's supposed to have seeds. So literally they taking seedless, and that's off. You know what I mean? When you go into like these GMOs, like they provide nothing. They don't really fill you up or do anything for your body. You know what I mean? They don't have any food is supposed to actually heal your body, and these like GMOs that Esau is creating in the lab are not. You know what I mean? And that's just showing you the wickedness of this man. It made me think of the scripture. Because at the end of the day, Esau, it tells you in scripture he is accomplished a diligent search. It tells you in the book of Daniel that he's wiser than Daniel. I mean, look at this. I just did a video recently. This motherfucker got a jetpack. You know what I mean? I think the name of the industry is, or the company is Gravity Industries. I mean, these dudes literally done made the Rocketeer. You know what I'm saying? You telling me he doesn't understand that these GMOs aren't beneficial for the body? No, he understands. He just doesn't care. That's just like Bill Gates with this impossible meat. You know what I mean? He understands the importance of farmland. That's why he bought all. He's the major private owner of farmland in the country. But he trying to convince you to eat you know lab grown meat. But he's not gonna eat it. So why would you think this man actually took that stabbing jab? Simple. And then I'll show you how cold the Lord is. Got this man going through a divorce. I'll try to find this scripture. Bear with me for a second, Baba Kasha. No, that one ain't. Looking for I think this might be it. I'm looking for because they're trying to create a certain kind of fruit. Like they said, they're taking. I didn't even know it was bananas that wasn't edible, but they're trying to take a unedible banana and crossbreed it with a seedless banana, which is really unedible as well. And that was just off. And like I said again, they know all these things. So that made me think of Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil. That's evil. You know what I mean? Like I said, but they trying to say that that's a good thing. You know what I mean? I actually looked it up. You got places in the world that, I mean, Peru and I forgot what other country they said. I want to say they said Venezuela are like the major producers in the world, but in the United States alone, Hawaii is like the major producer of bananas. So if it was really that bad, why not just import them from another country? Why do you got to actually do Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or Frankenstein with the fruit that we got to consume, or the food? Period. That's showing you that this man is the fucking devil. Because at the end of the day, and then let's be realistic. It's things that the planet and the people on the planet have suffered far worse than what I mean. These little diseases. You know what I mean? Like if anything, I could see Esau actually having a part to play in it. You know what I mean? Like literally for real. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just mighty coincidence. I mean, this man's just the devil. You know what I'm saying? Back into the scripture, it says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil, and put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You know what I mean? They telling you that this, genetically modified banana is going to be more beneficial when in actuality, you don't know what's going to actually be the outcome or the ramifications or the end result of actually consuming all this GMOs. I mean, like you got all these different diseases popping up. You know what I mean? I mean, just with the whole stabbing jab. You know what I mean? You got people literally just sign themselves up as guinea pigs, not knowing what will be the end result of actually taking this. You know what I mean? And then you can't tell most people anything. You know what I mean? I remember my proud ass sister was telling me, "Oh, I have no problem taking it." If you knew that you was a lab rat, would you have had a problem? Probably not, because Esau told her. Yeah, funny. Esau, she trusted Esau so fucking wholeheartedly. Um, I'll probably read like a couple more paragraphs because I'm not gonna read this whole thing. How the disease has touched down in Latin America, the primary exporters of bananas for markets in Europe and North America, because the disease is often undetectable for up to 2 years. It is likely that TR4 exists in Latin America beyond Peru, Venezuela, and Colombia, which are all Israelite countries. You know what I mean? Or the people that's dwelling in them lands are Israelites, wanting to be recognized and already steadily spreading. Good news came at the end of February when Australian researchers announced a new banana genetically modified to be resistant to TR4. The team managed to insert the gene that makes one of the wild banana variety resistant into a commercial banana. And a lot of this got to do with Esau slicing and hacking at the genetic materials and the genome of a lot of these creatures. I remember this movie called not creatures, but just things in general. You know what I mean? There's a movie called Splice, and it was the doctor. He took all these different, genes and whatnot of different animals and put them in one creature. You know what I mean? And basically, and Esau was trying to let you know he was trying to do that. I mean, he's letting you know that uh, uh, um, in these different movies. That's what it talks about in the book of Wisdom of Solomon about newly created creatures. You know what I mean? This man is experimenting. If they got, you gotta remember they was talking about how they cloned Dolly years ago. I was still in like high school, and I think I was like probably like beginning high school, like ninth grade when I heard about Dolly. So they've been cloning and taking genes for years, and that's what they telling you. So just imagine what else they know how to do. It says, so after that, we have returned to different banana era. Nearly all of the bananas that are important to the United States and Europe are Cavendish bananas, as has been the case for decades. But the Cavendish is not the thoroughbred of bananas. The fruit bruises easily. Its pre-plant yields are lower than other varieties, and it requires extensive agrochemical inputs to grow. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, whatever happens to just cultivate the land, make the soil rich, and then just grow some. Why does everything have to be modified like it's not like up to par, because and the only person that thinks like that is the red Hebrew Edom, like Esau Edom. This is the person that, or this is the nation that wants to say, oh, like it's like God, like Yahweh Bashem Yahushua didn't know what he was doing, like the work that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has done, it wasn't perfect, like it had to be perfected. And that's why you see in the state of the world today, the way it is. I'm not going to read any more of this article. This is out of Slate. If you want to read it, you go right ahead. Um, but again, that's one of the reasons why you're seeing the world in the state that it's in. Um, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 4. And this is when Cain was cursed after slewing Abel. This Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And that's the point, because he spilled that blood of his brother. That's why the earth won't yield its strength. Because when you go in the scriptures, you got to remember, everything was a lot more bigger in stature. You talk about the account where when the two Israelites were sent off into Canaan, and they end up finding like a bushel of grapes, and the bushels was so huge it took two men to carry them, as opposed to today where a child can lift up a bag of grapes. So man, and that goes in the book of Numbers as well. Because of the blood that polluted the land, it has defiled it. This is book of Numbers chapter 35 verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit. And at the end of the day, Esau is defiling the land. That's why he has to be taken out of power. You know what I mean? Uh, and when we receive that kingdom, we won't have to deal with this this devil, this red devil, you know, destroying the land. You know what I mean? Because the Lord is gonna put this devil in subjection. Um, Bear with me for 1 second. Salakia. So I had to find a scripture that was fitting for, like I said, because at the end of the day, when this devil was taken out of power, the world will go back to its proper course. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 96. We'll start at verse 8. Give unto the Lord Yahweh the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Verse 9. O worship the Lord Yahweh in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. Salakia. Verse 10. Say among the heathen that the Lord Yahweh reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Verse 11. Let the heavens rejoice and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof. Talking about, basically back the Lord going back to his proper course. Like I said, right now, because I mean, it tells you in the book of Job about how the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. So, you know, it got, the wicked are in rulership right now. It also tell you, in the book of Sirach about how the judge of the people is, so is the judge of the city, Salakia, how the judge of the city is, so are the people. So you know what I mean. That's why you have so much wickedness in the world, because of you got a wicked um, nation in rulership. You know what I mean. But once these people are taken out of power, once these devils are brought low, then what I mean, the Lord will actually put because right now, like I said again, you got wickedness running the world. It tells you in the book of First John chapter 5 about the whole world lying from wickedness. You know what I mean? But everything's a balance. So what I mean, after we actually serve our punishment and endure this hell, then righteousness shall reign, and the kingdom of heaven shall be on earth. Verse 12, it says, "Let the field be joyful and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice." In the whole creation, because the whole creation is mourning right now. You know what I mean? It tells you in the book of Proverbs chapter 29 about when the righteous are in the authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Roughly paraphrased. So at the end of the day, you know, you got the whole creation mourning. But like I said, when, the judges of the earth, Yasharala, the Israelites are back in power, the earth is going to be in harmony, and the earth is going to rejoice. Then it's going to yield its proper, you know, uh, this place is going to be a garden of Eden like it was supposed to be again. So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson. Lord willingly was edifying. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam, La Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rachakodas. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Aquap and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this was an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad, in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to the truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. And Mawath Lababal and Salakia, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Sunni, Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. If you don't have a spiritual eye salve, or you can't even, I mean, even a two-third can recognize, you got, the Palestinians and Israelis fighting, you got this gas shortage, you got, basically the price of goods going up. Everything is in a bubble. Housing market, the automobile market. It's a lot going on, and only thing that's gonna protect you and be a hedge to you, well, not thing only the Yahweh Shem Yahushua can be your protection with what's coming. So if it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua's will for you to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments, I pray that you do so. If not, be destroyed. And with that, shalom, shalom, and mawath lababal. Shalom.